Hey buddies, Coach Scotty here with a daily mindset video. Another mindset video, and yeah, this is an important one. This is kind of the first step to being awesome, just to living a truly awesome life. And the neat thing about it being the first step is it's the first step. First step anytime you want it to be the first step. It doesn't mean it's permanent. And this first step to living an awesome life is about getting clarity about what it is you want. And it's a timely one because that's what I'm up to right now. And I wonder if maybe a lot of people are. And I remember one of the first times I got clarity on what I wanted with my life in a very profound way. Because I was in high school and stuff, and the guidance counselor, I kind of thought, I want to do this and I want to do that. And they said, you should do this. You'd be really good at it. And then, okay, I guess I'll do that. I don't know. I was in high school. And I got into architecture. And I was in architecture for 13 years. I was quite good at it. But I went from fat to fit in the 90s, mid-90s. I was horribly overweight, 230 odd pounds, 240 pounds, 230 something pounds, and miserable, sick all the time. And I've told that story a million times, but I got to the point where I was tired of specialists and nobody could figure out what was wrong with me and why I had ringing in my ears and why I had digestive problems and why I had allergies and why my circulation was bad. My back was sore all the time and I was a mess. And then I got fit and healthy. I just snapped and I was like, I'm done with this and I need help. And I started working with a trainer and I started studying nutrition and I dropped 40 pounds of fat, put on 18 pounds of muscle, was in the best shape of my life. All of a sudden I had six-pack abs and all this stuff. And I thought, this is great. And I became super clear on what I wanted and how I wanted my life to look. I became crystal clear. And 2 weeks before I was an associate partner in an architectural firm, I quit. And it was really... there was a lot of fear around it because, like, what are you doing? Like, where you are now is safe and secure and makes sense and you're good at it. Like, what do you do? Are you stepping off to? Is that even going to work? You can't just follow a pipe dream because you feel like it. And I did. And it didn't work at first. I worked in a gym part-time in the evenings. I worked at Body Basics and as a trainer. And I worked at the front desk, and I opened the gym, and I closed the gym, and I cleaned the bathrooms, and I fixed the toilets, and I fixed equipment, and I learned. And I worked at Hard Bodies, and I worked at a couple places. And I had to go back to architecture for a year and do contract work to pay the bills. But I eventually opened my own gym. I opened Best Body Fitness. We started construction in 2001. We opened 2002, and I ran that gym for 18 years. And it started with getting clarity. What do you want from your life? And now I've been given a gift. When we closed our gym in March, as much as that's not kind of what I intended or pictured for that to happen, but it did. And now I'm at another point in my life where I can look at being clear on what it is I want. And whatever goal you have in your life, or if you don't have any goals, the first thing you have to do is get clear. You need to get clear on what it is you want, because then you could start moving towards it. Like, and I've said this before, but it's like if you have a bow and arrow or a gun and you're just shooting it in any old direction, you might accidentally hit something cool or not. You might accidentally hit something terrible. But if you have a target, even if you miss the target most of the times, at least you're going to be close to it. And eventually, if you keep shooting at the target, you'll hit it. And that starts with clarity. You have to have a target. What do you want to do with your life? And this whole COVID thing has become this moment for a lot of people to kind of pause and go, well, my life doesn't look like it used to anymore. What's it going to look like now? And we have this moment to design our life and to have this point of clarity. And so I would encourage you to do a little bit of belly button gazing, a little bit of thinking about what is this going to look like when everything starts to slowly come back to normal. Am I going to do the same old thing, or am I going to change? What am I going to do differently? What is the world going to look like? Because that's step one to anything. Anybody that ever achieved anything in their entire life, it started with being clear. This is what we're going to do. Why am I doing this? What do I want? because then you just figure out how. Like when in the 1960s, when they decided we're going to put a man on the moon, and that was their clear vision, then everything else just leads to that, because it either helps you get to the moon or doesn't help you get to the moon, and then you can decide. And that's the same thing for me right now, trying to decide what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And I know I'm narrowing it down further and further and further what I really want to do with my life. I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to connect with people. I want to coach people. I want to help people. And so when somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I got this great opportunity, and it's this multi-level marketing company, and you're going to sell telephone and gas discounts and electricity. I'm like, no, it might be great. I'm sure it's awesome, but that's not what I want. That's not, because I'm clear on what I want. I want to coach people. I want to inspire people. I want to motivate people. I want to speak to people. So now that's my thing. Now everything else gets held to that filter. It either matches or it doesn't match. And if it doesn't match, you just don't do it. That's why clarity is step one. You've got to know what it is you want. That's where it has to start. So if you want the challenge, if you're happy where you're at, great, thumbs up. But if you want something, now it can be fat loss. It can be fitness, it can be health, it can be whatever it is. If your goal is career-based, you have to get clear on what it is you want. If your goal is a fit, healthy body, you need to get clear on what that looks like. And you need to paint that picture absolutely clearly. What does it look like to be fit? How will I feel when I drop 10 pounds, 20 pounds? What will I look like? What will my clothes feel like? What will my friends say? What will I see in the mirror? What will my photos look like? What will my energy be like? How will I sleep at night? How will I be able to run and bike and swim and play and do the things I love to do? What will it be like to play with my kids or my grandkids or my buddies' kids or what? Like, you have to be clear on what it looks like to be fit and healthy. And then you focus on that. And that even works when you're injured. When I crashed in 2015 and broke my skull open and shattered my shoulder and broke my arm and everything, I was crystal clear that I wanted to get back to Ultraman World Championships. And it was impossible. The doctors were like, yeah, you'll be lucky if you can lift your left arm over your head. You're not going to be swimming 10K in an ocean. It's not going to happen. And your knee is... You've torn your MCL and there's a crater in your cartilage. You're not going to run a double marathon on that knee. It's ruined. And your brain injury, like, your cognitive function will probably never come back. By all the textbooks, I was supposed to be a vegetable. And I always had my clarity of what I wanted. I wanted to go back to the World Championships and I wanted to race again. I wanted to be healthy. So even though I was injured, I was so clear on what I wanted that then everything that came before me either supported that or wasn't necessary. And so that's why I went to hyperbaric oxygen and I did chiropractic, I did massage, I did acupuncture, I did physiotherapy, I took the right vitamins, I trained, I stretched, I did everything I needed to do because I was so clear on that goal. And everything pulled me to that goal because it's a filtering process. When you're clear, you now have a way to decipher. Should I do that? No, it doesn't help me because that's my goal. If you don't have a goal, if you're not clear, you don't have clarity, then whatever. And I know there's a lot of us struggling right now because there is no clarity. All of my races this year have been canceled. So my training has been because it's like, oh, I really should ride my bike for 3 hours. Oh, why? I'd rather sleep in than just hang around with my 8-year-old, my jammies. Because there's no clarity. So now I've invented a half Ironman triathlon that we're going to do in Sylvan Lake with my friends on July 26th. It's not an official one. There's no t-shirts. There's no awards, no entry fee, no prizes, nothing. I don't care. But it's a goal because I'm clear about what I want to do. I want to have something to prepare for. So you need clarity. You need clarity. That's step one to being awesome. You have to be clear on what it is you want. Right? There's a famous old saying, I always knew I wanted to be something. I guess I should have been more clear about it. Right? Because you're going to be something. Whatever happens, you're going to be something. You might as well get clear. You'd be that. So, that's my little thing for today. Now, also, I'm ordering supplements tomorrow night. So if you want some supplements, if you want protein powder, or vitamins, or fat burners, or whatever you want, let me know. I'm doing an order tomorrow night. bbfsylvan.com. And our film, Living the Warrior Code, is the lead film for the Okotoks Film Festival, and it's a virtual film festival this year, so you can watch all the movies from the comfort of your own home. It's $30 to watch all the movies for the whole weekend, June 11, 12, 13, 14. You can just watch one film or two films or whatever films you want. They're live streaming in certain times. It's on their website. So our film is on Thursday night at 7 p.m. And then after the film, there's a Q&A and kind of stuff like that. I would really appreciate if you would check out that Okotoks Film Festival, watch Living the Warrior Code, and if you would, give it a 10 out of 10. Because if we get an audience favorite award, that's kind of a big deal. But anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Steps to reach clarity. So Betsy, you'll probably have to watch the whole video again, but steps to clarity. Yeah. So let me reiterate. In order to achieve a goal, you have to have clarity. So steps to doing that, I like to just brainstorm with a blank piece of paper or a whiteboard and just start scribbling stuff down and start with what it is I want and start thinking of anything that I want in my life. What do I want my life to look like? And just start throwing things at a blank piece of paper and it will start to come to you. How do I want to feel? How do I want to look? Especially whether it's a physical thing, a personal thing, whether it's fitness and health, whether it's your job. And it might be that, well, I don't know what I want. Okay, start with what you don't want. What you do want is then the opposite. So that's a great question, Betsy. So let's say it's a health and fitness thing. If I don't want to look in the mirror and go, ugh, if I don't want my clothes to fit tight, if I don't want my favorite jeans to not fit, then what I do want is to drop 10 pounds, 20 pounds. And I want to fit in my clothes so they're easy. And I want to look a certain way. And then, like I said in the video earlier, write down what it feels like to be fit and healthy. Write down what it feels like to be in your new job. And be as crystal clear as you can. Make it so descriptive that you can see it, feel it, taste it, touch it, and it's real. Because that goes into your subconscious. And once it's in your subconscious, your brain is going to just start chewing on it and working on it. And it's going to start pulling things into focus to take you there. Awesome. Good question. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you'll check out Living the Warrior Code on the Okotoks Film Festival. And if you need any supplements, protein powders or fat burners, or if you need a Garmin watch or glutamine, creatine, whatever, let me know. I'm doing an order tomorrow night. That's kind of the deadline. So anyway, I'm going to keep going with these mindset videos. They're a little bit random because I'm still my son's homeschool teacher until next week. And then I have a little bit more time to myself as my wife takes over because her job ends as a teacher's assistant. So she'll have more time. But anyway, it's a good, bad, I don't know. But anyway, thanks for checking in. Hope you guys are all well out there. Take care.